Mayor of the Waimakariri District, Dan Gordon. Good morning, Dan. How are you?
Good morning, Kerry. I'm very well. How's you doing?
Oh, good, thanks. Thanks for showing up. To be honest, you just ran into the studio.
Well, it's normally a 8 appointment, but, for you, I'll run up the stairs.
Hey, it's 8 minutes past 8. It's almost 9 minutes past 8. And that song was actually really, really quite short as well. So I do appreciate you making the effort.
No, it's no trouble. And it's always good to be here. But by the way, can I just do a shout out for some local productions I've been to lately?
Absolutely.
That are just fantastic. The Joseph and Technicolor Dreamcoat went to the opening last Thursday. Amazing show. Mm-hmm. If you haven't got tickets, I really highly recommend people get them because I've been to a number of West End productions over the years, and I have to say that it's really up there. And the other was the Addams Family musical went to the final, the closing of that on Saturday night. What a great local production.
That was at Kaiapoi, wasn't it?
Yeah, they just did so well. Really proud of them. It was just really great and a really good night of entertainment. So to all the kids that were involved, the students that were involved in that, they really did themselves proud.
Good on you. That's absolutely amazing. You are a very busy man because you get out and about all over the place. You're at the Waikuku Beach Volunteer Fire Brigade. You handed out some honours.
Yeah, I love my job, and one of the parts of the job that I really enjoy is going to the honours awards evenings. And that one there, Waikuku, they're a really special bunch down there. They do so much for our community, as do all our volunteers actually. And I've been to a number of the volunteer fire brigade functions because it's that time where awards were presented. But last year Jim Gardner got a 25-year what they call it, a gold star.
Yep.
And because they used to be a rural fire brigade, they're now aligned in the fire and emergency cycle, so it's just realigning them. He's called a controller, does a great job, and so does all the team out there. And there were 2 long service awards given that night, as well as bars for recognising service schedules, 2 year, 5 years, those things. So no, they're a great bunch, as are all our volunteers. Do a super job here.
There's so many.
Good news, yesterday we did the regional lean transport submission, so that's led by Environment Canterbury, and all us Canterbury mayors were there yesterday listening to hearings. 30% of the submissions received were in favour of bringing the Woody End bypass forward.
Yes.
I was able to convince colleagues yesterday that we put it in the regional lean transport plan. It was currently in there as what they call an outer year project, so beyond the 10 years. So what we've recommended is that it's brought into the 10-year cycle, but it'll be up to government ultimately to make that call. But being backed at the regional level was really important.
Is that the first time it's been in the 10-year plan?
It probably is actually, Kerry. Look, I haven't had a lot to do with the process before, and it's the very first time I've had an opportunity in there, but it probably is. It's probably has. What we're saying is, because we have the RLTP, regional one, then it goes into the national program, which is decided by the board of NZTA. So if it survives that, gets through, it's in the 10-year program. What I was saying yesterday is it does need to be there for our community design work done, and if it's in the program, then it can be delivered. So it's still got some hurdles to jump over, but in there as well, the Skew Bridge is in there.
Yep.
A number of our other projects are in what we call they call them low cost, low risk, so it's anything under $2 million. That includes Southbrook, the safety improvements in Wood End, and I might have mentioned to you, but we've been talking about changing that narrative because we're not getting some of our projects over the line. So in a couple of weeks' time, we've got NZTA coming here with senior officials to go over our major projects.
Can I ask, is this due to the fact that we've got the other Jim come on board and some of the relationships that he has?
Oh, definitely. When he came on board, I said to him that I really do want to see how we can change this narrative. We're not getting it across. And between us, we came up with this idea, which Jim's reached out to his relationships that he's got there, and they're coming down here. And that is to deliver on the things that we've talked of, like the safety improvements in Wood End. Really important that all our projects, that there's a good understanding, and bringing people down there, showing them on the ground, you can see and get a greater appreciation on a piece of paper.
There's a kid that can go on a scooter faster down Southbrook Road and from one end of Wood End to the other quicker than what cars can at the moment, and that's just absolutely ridiculous. Jim is the new CEO of the Waimakariri District Council.
Yes, Jim Harlan.
Jim Harlan, that's
he's doing a great job too. We're really lucky to have him in place. Our previous CEO also was a we were so lucky to have him. But Jim Palmer now has been appointed to the Future for Local Government conversation by government. So his skills been recognised, and I think they're really lucky to have him in that role.
Waimakariri represent like it. Now, you've had a bit of a chat with some other mayors around recently. What about the 3 South Island mayors who are supporting the Ngāi Tahu co-governing a new water entity? Did you get involved in that?
It's not just the 3 South Island mayors, it's actually all of South Island mayors. We're looking at a model that can be put up as a straw man. Mm-hmm. So effectively what we will be going out to the community is with the status quo, which is what we've currently got, and then a model that potentially could work for all of South Island, and that is the straw man position. If government agree that is the model that will go out, that will be part of our consultation. I'm yet to be convinced that the government has put their case for reform at all, and our council, I would say, would be pretty much in the same position. So at the present time, I'll take a lot of persuading that retaining the status quo is not the right way forward for us. But we have to keep an open mind. The government's is directing us to have this work done. We're getting it done. We'll get our own independent advice of that, and we'll have a consultation with our community and seek their views before coming final decision. We're due to get a package, we're told, with all the information June, July. Okay. And as soon as we're in a position to assess that, then we can talk to our community. But I've written to local papers about what my personal view is on it. I'm yet to be convinced that it's right for us. Look, Kerry, we've spent over $100 million over the last 20 years making sure we have really good infrastructure. Our water supplies, all deep source aquifers, sewage is responsibly dealt with. Being part of that model is not going to advantage us that I can see, but it's a reform agenda being driven by government, not by local government.
Okay, that's wonderful. And you do love your job. You can see the sparkle in your eyes, and it's not just the new LEDs we've got in the studio either. Sparkle in your eye.
Wow, look
You've
at
only just noticed.
I have just noticed. Wow, I'd love to come here at night. I was going to go stargazing short because I love looking at stars, and then I'm going to, but I probably don't need to. I could just come down here and
you just rock into the Compass
twinkle, twinkle, little star. Look, it's in the sky.
Brilliant. It's
Compass FM.